Aries, what's good? Top of the Venus hour to you on a moon's day. It's Monday, 28th of April. About, 24 hours, give or take a few minutes after the new moon in Taurus and sun in Taurus meeting for the new moon point. Happy new moon in Taurus to you. This is your horoscope. And your reading for just that, for the new moon in Taurus. I'm so sorry, it's Monday. I'm very tongue-tied. Mercury is now out of post-shadow, so the retrograde funk is well out of our ways, out of our systems. I think you did well, as always, right? Do I have to remind you? I know you've been dealing with a lot, and you're like Pisces, you might be moving energetically, spiritually, physically, physical movement. Let's kick into it, right? I ask that our guides of the highest, most brilliant divine white light protect us, protect me, as I channel and interpret for your new moon in Taurus horoscope and your reading. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I must always remind you, never fail to remind you how grateful I am for our energetic exchange. Please take only what resonates, leave the rest for the rest. Okay, my name's Armando. I'm straight up chilling up here on the moon's day. During lunch hour, I was gonna wait on coffee, but it's that waiting, right? As a young Aries in my youth, I had a lot to learn about what is that called? And that's funny that I'm forgetting about it. Delayed gratification. So given that Venus retrograded back into Pisces, so a lot of what felt like it was about to land and your life was about to take off in a way, so to speak. There's like a disc scratch, like the vinyl scratch, right? Like the DJ scratch. The beats did not quite match, as one of my Aries friends beautifully always reminded. I love that. That's like one of my favorite things ever. Like calling it out when the beats are not matching. Maybe you thought you were going to get back together with. Okay. Maybe you thought that there could be a salvageable moment along the way, and there really has not been a salvageable moment. It may not even be about them. It may be all our exes are beautiful. They all deserve a prize for dealing. Mine do, right? More than a prize. I'm so sorry. Your horoscope, as always, as your reminder, it is based on your rising sign. So this may pertain to you if you are an Aries rising, or you have 12th house, first, second house-ish Aries placement. So let's just, while Pluto's maintaining your outside appearance, your fame, public recognition, you're still there, you're still youthful, you're still very young at heart. You're about to meet a lot of people. You could even meet someone at work or someone you've been working with. It becomes more than just that, more than, I don't even like to say those types of things, right? But I mean, I guess we're all grown adults, and not everyone has to deal with random HR laws that are not real laws. Oh my God, what am I saying? You could be meeting a lot of new people. There could even be already someone around, a masculine even, a boss man, a boss person, or just someone who reminds you to boss up, right? Like a bossy boss that you actually enjoy, or just someone where you guys both spark each other in that way, where you both show each other different values of leadership. And when you come together, you both, there's that teaching moment where you vibe off that teacher-student relationship. Both of you teach each other. Both of you learn from each other. Very youthful. It's kind of growing. Something's growing. So there's a lot to say there. Like, even if it's not like love, there is a lot of love, because there's an understanding that you can have a loving, mature relationship with your colleagues where you have unconditional love for them, and it's not like you just show up to work. And maybe that has been a missing aspect or component of a lot of people's jobs and work. It could even be that you just love what you do. You love who you work with. You love that your boss is a good boss, that sort of thing. What else? But a lot of that is coming to, like, it's coming to light in a way where it's supposed to push you to the next level. So even if you leave this workplace or leave this department or leave this office, like, you're still, you're meant to go there. Okay. It could be bittersweet or not. It could just be sweet. It could be sweet, right? It could be very sweet. You're very spiritually inclined. If not, I say go for it. Give in a little bit to a spiritual purpose, and your spiritual purpose could just be at this moment to make room for spiritual literature, spiritual history, like learn about, what I mean is learn about it. You could have even learned a lot about like psychology over the last year or two. And now you're like, oh wow, I should incorporate some of that into my everyday life. So that's what I mean. Like, incorporate a lot of these things into your everyday life. It will make things sweeter. A lot of it is about like, things could have gone rough over the last year, and now how can we bring sweetness? Okay, things could have been rough over the last 2 years. How do we bring sweetness back into your life? And Neptune maybe is even driving that, like how to be sour and sweet, like that gummy, right? Like sour gummy, sweet and sour. Yeah, so okay, maybe we don't want to focus on the sour. I'm so sorry. And then you want to, that's in your mind. A lot of that you're clearing away. Like, that's been being cleared away over the last 2 months. You've learned a lot about what keeps you away from really going full, like going the full distance, right? That could even be your scorpionic friends or your scorpionic alchemical state of being, where all of a sudden you land at the doorsteps of reevaluation, and you realize that you come with a lot of high value. Maybe even your Scorpio lover is realizing how valuable you are, or even the Scorpio people around you are realizing that you are very valuable. Or it could have the adverse effect where you don't see any value in your love relationship, or they finally see that they don't bring any value to you, that they've been diminishing your value by not speaking of you highly or not backing you up. So wow, go back to the Aquarius reading. I don't know, maybe not. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want, right? You can hit like if you want, not if you don't want. I think now that you've healed a lot of wounds, the motherly, fatherly wounds, you could even be on pause from a lot of your family relationships. You could just be on pause from a lot of relationships because they were holding you back. I don't know, plainly said, like, I feel like someone realizes how, like, people are realizing how much they've held you back, how much in the way they are. And will they ever admit this? Like, people may not ever admit this. It's tough. It takes a lot of therapy. Okay. And then we get into the whole spiel of like, not everyone belongs in therapy. Therapy won't save everything, blah, blah. I get it. Like, we all need to make content. And so we have to say, yes, like it's a good thing. And then, no, it's not a good. And then we have to put it all together and it fucks us up in the head. And it's like, what if you went to therapy and saw for yourself whether it could work or not? And then you discovered that maybe it didn't work because that therapist didn't work for you, whatever that case may have been. And so you have a different therapist along the way, or maybe you wait until you're able to afford it, or maybe you can afford it. And those are your privileges. Instead of like relying on having too many privileges, maybe you make use out of them. Take only what resonates. We really want you to like be spiritually led, okay? Clear away a lot of junk, even junk food, junkyard, the junk. You're clearing away the junk, okay? Junk in the trunk. Clear it up. You really are looking at where you're not paid well. Even people could owe you. It's coming through. That's very far out. Okay, I can't get into it. We'll see what's bubbling up on the surface. Focus on your work because there's a lot more there. Okay, so adjust your day-to-day, your spiritual order should align with your work orders. It might just be a good time to amp up the prayer, right? Might just be a good time to take that extra 3 to 5 minutes to do a breathing exercise, even though you're like, I don't want to meditate. What's the new moon illuminate? What's bubbling up to the surface? Happy new moon in Taurus. This is your new moon in Taurus. Reading now. Okay, a win-win forecast. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. This may be a good time to stand on your own. Take time out for you before you readdress any situation or before you come into the room to demand or ask or before you receive. Wow. Careful now of people. Yeah, like there are people watching you. Hopefully this is good, but don't get nervous. Don't shy away. A lot of this is about not shying away. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer, that is in about 2 months away, right? 8 weeks, so less than 2 months, but in about 2 months marks the beginning of the summer. And then new moon in Scorpio, that's in about 6 months, right? It's 5 to 6 months. Or 6 months. And wow, you have all new moons. New moon in Cancer, new moon in Scorpio, new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. That's what's being illuminated. So yeah, your Venus cycle is about to start. What you were waiting for very patiently, delayed gratification. But it is here. A new romantic cycle begins. So before it could have this point in time of you being left out or feeling like you were left behind. No, Aries left behind, right? Now the program takes off. But a lot of that was for you to work through your fears. So the outcome is a win-win, a new romantic cycle. It could be that you're coming into new friendships. It could be that you're coming into a new relationship. It could be that you're coming into a new level of work that means better for you in all sorts of cases, whether it gives you a little bit more freedom, as in more money to spend on a particular thing that you want to save up for, or a particular program. And then you also are able to save as you work through what has caused you fears, which a lot of it is like not being paid rightfully, or not receiving like rightful payment, not receiving the rightful for your value, the worth of your value, right? And then maybe even too, you wanted to keep that old relationship, or you've had to let it go. You've had to let go of just bad partnerships, the bad boys, the bad girls, the bad folks. Okay, you and your loved ones are safe. Something with a family is resolved. So there you go. Something you're like, why are they being assholes? Well, they are going to tell you. How funny. One of the gals at the gem shop says that we have Libyan glass. So there you go. It's like something you thought wasn't going to come is something you didn't know even, right? It's like something you forgot about. It has a lot to do with the family. Wow. You have 2 cardinal signs here, though. You have a full moon in a cardinal sign. This is very cool. Okay, now all the dogs want to bark for you. One Dreamscape Oracle for the 111. Wow. I was going to say for the Pisces, you might have Pisces, Aries, Pisces, Cusper, or your Pisces house is lit, or you have a sun, moon, or rising Pisces, as well as an Aries placement, right? Or you're dealing with an Aries. And you're a cross watcher, I don't know. Or cross Aries, you're dealing with a Pisces. Or both of you have Pisces placement. The serpent is the tower and the path is here. Are you ready for the path? It's being out of what seemed to be darkness. That's what I was going to say, is like the serpent is like the tower. Like you can't control it. You just have to let it be. And it is the year of the snake, right? The serpent. And then it does wrap around a like a tree trunk, which is wood, right? The year of the wooden snake. So this is the year that you will come to find out knowledge, or you will come to be feel that you knew something all along, or something that you knew all along is confirmed. Something that you didn't know all along and has been hidden for a long time comes to light, which I feel that is why keep working on your self-valuation, your self-worth, basically. Reevaluate your worthiness, self-esteem, really get to feeling really, really good. Maybe you need that Piscean push of like, you've been beat down by a lot of systemic societal pressures, but you've come out like, it might have been a struggle, it might have been struggle bus, it might have been crazy bus, but it gives me 8 of Swords, like you were never trapped, but you took this on, and so it felt like you were trapped, and now you watch it fall, you watch the towers crumble, you watch it all. It's like you have enough strength to make it through this. All of a sudden the paranoia leaves you, you allow destruction to be the marker that you will build, you will rebuild. You are strong enough to rebuild. You hold the power and the knowledge to rebuild. You hold will and strength. You are committed to God, and therefore God guides you. God pushes you. God gives you extra boosts. Amp up the protection in your prayer. Clean and clear away. Allow your vessel, your body, your home to be the sanctuary, where you might look outside and there is a destructive force that lurks. You might look at the TV, you might watch the news and hear about this or that, but you are divinely guided and protected, and that's real. And you must assert that in reality, in real time. You must assert it and not be brandished by it, right? Not like a cat, you're not a herd. You're not to be in the cattle herd. I don't even know what those mean, but you're not going around and around and around in your pen like a cat, like the cattle. You're not to be. There's no caballero like coming to corral you. You are not to be corralled in the pen, okay? You have escaped to freedom. You escape this family bullshit, then you, I don't know. Oh no. Your family's okay though, okay, Aries? Is it that your family, your ancestors are like guiding you? The wise ones, the sage ones are really like kicking ass right now, taking names, okay? Allow that to be too. You don't have to be kind to anybody as they're receiving their karmic ass whooping, right? Help those in need, right? Help those you realize that deserve the help. Whoa, okay. What's good for the Aries? Can you give us more information on the new moon in Cancer? Okay, look, you've healed from a lot of that, from very typical of the Five of Cups to heal, to have walked away and realize that there is a lot of healing, especially from any masculine wounds, father wounds, wounds from the masculine in the family. Mars in Scorpio. There you go. You're feeling good. Look, wow. How about that? You've cleared a lot. And then very spiritual of you, Pisces. The star card here. So yeah, that just, you're giving your family space. Maybe they have to recognize, right? Friends, family, people around you have to realize once you heal, wow, you look good. Also, yeah, your mom is good, or if you have a parental motherly guardian, whether alive or crossed over, they guide you. They want you to feel abundant, and they want you to not only yearn and desire for a more auspicious, wealthy, abundant timeline, but they want to actually assert that you've gotten there, you're going there, you're now a new level of understanding with money. Although you may see others despite it, right, without it, now that means a lot for you, for the sensation of like how to deal with your money, what to do with it. Wow. Okay. Why is the new moon in Scorpio here? Okay, because it is helping you to boss up. You are here, Aquarius. Wow, are all the signs here? You are here, Aries. A lot of fixed signs, right? And then we have a lot of cardinal. Capricorn, you are a cardinal sign. You are a, it's not that cardinal signs are self-initiators. It's just that once they have initiated, the momentum builds. Okay. So then it's like quick. So yes, it was difficult to become initiated. And it was difficult. Maybe you have been through a freaking spiritual initiation. It has a lot to do with work. Okay. Even like the way I'm reading the Seven of Wands as of late, Mars in Leo, which Mars is in Leo, you've had to suppress a lot of your expression. Because you've had to stoop down to others' levels, or you have felt that way. And now we don't want you to feel that way. We want you to work through those fears. Sometimes we are told to dim our light, especially at work, because that's how you are targeted, right? Maybe a lot of that is changing because I'm getting a lot of the Aquarius vibes. We have Eight of Wands, Mercury and Sag. Mercury, it's a Mercury hour now, okay? Mercury is in your sign, Aries. We have Sun in Capricorn. Something about the start of the winter. You're taking a trip, or you're moving, or your work changes then. Maybe you're working for something, whether you know it or not. And instead of stooping to others' levels, maybe go work closely with your boss, or take a leadership course, or go out and do your extracurricular work in the government, like sort of an internship. That could be very symbolic though. Like you can give your time, your free time, instead of I don't mean like give up all your free time. I just mean like you could align some of your free time. You could save some of your free time for rest and relaxation, as you should, for all your good activities, your friend activities, social and resting activities. And then you can also, maybe it's time, or maybe you are realizing that there's a program. It does feel like there's a program, like you can save up money to take a course in something that's very creative, or that will help you to make the jump where you're like stuck in a way. It could be very energetic, or it could be, but still you have to pay a energy healer, or you have to learn energy healing, or you are taking a leadership course, or you're being asked to do that. And you're like, how? I don't have the money. Well, somehow we can start to make room for that. That way you can do it, because it will push you to the next level. Maybe it is about feeling worthy, and it doesn't mean then to actually go spend on something, or buy a new class, or take a new class and spend money on a leadership course, but it could just mean that you need to hang out with more bosses. So it could be that sort of thing where it's like, you know what they say, like, you are who you hang out with. You are what you eat, in a way. You are what you eat, in a way. A lot to do with your diet, but also who you're hanging out with. Choose to be around folks that you want to not necessarily emulate, but that you want to learn from, want to be like. It's not about destiny swapping. I'm not talking about anything like that. Why is the new moon in Libra here? Okay, 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Look, let's see, 7 of Cups and Justice, card 11. Let's see, something about something is coming to light. It could have a lot to do with, again, continuing to clear karma, clear away a lot of what isn't working for you, what's causing, it's all the same thing about self-worth, Venus in Scorpio, where you have been misled and where you have been misguided and where you have given into misguidance or a lot of that. Okay, wow. Let me clear that up. We just want more clarity on that Seven of Cups. Wow, look. So the lovers would be choosing you, right? So you've been choosing others, choosing too much of other people, other things, right? Okay, let's see. More clarity on the Seven of Cups and Justice card here. Wow, okay, yeah, letting go of, we said earlier, like you were, the new moon in Scorpio means like letting go of old, not just fears, but old thought patterns and old desires, like relinquishing a lot of the desires because you're coming in to find a bigger it's okay. Nine of Cups, obviously you go 7, 8, 9. As you continue to walk away, as you continue to choose yourself, that relieves you of your karmic. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting so many texts. So it could feel very much like you're being left out. Or you have to count yourself out, but that's part of you coming back to you. Okay. To leave these outdated spaces. Okay. These spaces where you're not treated rightfully, where you're not seen rightfully, where you're not wow, yeah, it's gonna take a lot for you to leave. It may just be that you've been acknowledging that you have to leave something, a relationship, or you have to walk away from a certain relationship, or they may be walking away from you, okay? And it's like allowing that to happen because there may be a lot of addictions involved, whether it's you or them. They have a lot to clear off their plate when it comes to their addictions because we have 7 of Cups and then 8 of Cups. So the choice to walk away and choose yourself, to commit to you, coming from bad behavior, strength, arcana number 8, so that you can develop a better behavioral system, right? Wow. Wow, the serpent. Let's see. I'm so sorry I got distracted, but that's what's happening in the relationship. Someone is very distracted. They're not centered. Either you are or they aren't centered on you. You aren't centered on them. This doesn't make you feel centered in general. At the base of the world tree lives a serpent. He hungers and gnaws incessantly at the roots, seeking sustenance. He does not care that this tree serves a higher purpose, nor that the worlds connected to the tree require it to remain stable, okay? Without the tree, the worlds break apart and fade away. The serpent hungers and desires to consume everything and anything that stands in his way. He stays beneath the soil, devouring roots in his path, awaiting the time when he will be released from the tree to reunite with his brethren. Beware of dishonest people. Stay the course despite the stress. You're discovering who around you, okay? Holy moly. That's what's happening. You're, whether it's you, yourself, or them, right? Allow it, as stressful as it may be, allow it to come apart as it will, right? New moon in Libra, reach out to someone and let them know you care. Okay? A legal matter will go your way. Marriage or engagement is on the cards, okay? Teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is a sign of relating, and this card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. Maybe it is that you need to talk to this person so that they can get help. Maybe that's what's happening. I honor you, Aries. Thank you very much. Happy new moon in Taurus. Okay, finally it takes off. It's stressful, but there's something worthy up ahead, okay? As you move through this, as you guarantee that you are successful and that you're dealing with the stress rightfully in a mature way, that you really do know you've done a lot of this work for yourself, so you know it's possible to do it. And maybe it's allowing them to do it, right? Allowing them to get over their whatever it is they're going through. I honor you, your path. Be back with more. Ciao.